Let me share with you something that most people completely underestimate in the storage business. One relationship, one conversation, or one comment in the right community can literally lead to your next storage deal. In fact, inside the Storage Wins ecosystem, I've seen people find partners, raise money, wholesale deals to each other, even work together to buy their first storage facility. And all because they plugged into the right community the right way. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to use the Storage Wins Facebook group the right way so that you can connect, contribute, collaborate, and open doors that simply don't exist when you try to do business alone. And in the link in the description below, if you're not already part of the Storage Wins Facebook group, you'll be able to join for free. So let's dive right into this video. So welcome to the fourth video in our AMP training sessions or our amplifier training sessions. And this can be extremely valuable for you if you can plug in. And this is called Plug In to Win. And it's all about how you could take advantage of the Storage Wins Facebook group. Now, look, there are people that hop on social media just to scroll and just to consume information. And those people are just not fully taking advantage of the power of social media. Then there's others that plug into social media to create and to contribute and to connect and to give. Those are the people that win with social media. And the Storage Wins Facebook group is not like other storage Facebook groups where people are just in there posting deals for sale or soliciting and making offers. It's a place where, yes, there is some of that as well, where people are in there sharing deals that they control and have under contract, but it's also a great place to connect with posts that are content rich with value that can help you, where people ask questions, share resources. And so I want to share my screen and share with you how you can extract the most by giving and by connecting and by contributing inside of the Storage Wins Facebook group, because there are people in there that have awesome storage businesses and storage portfolios. There might be people just like you that are in there looking to buy their first deal or their second or their third. Either way, it's an amazing place to connect with people, build relationships, if you approach it with the right mindset. If you approach it where you're going to engage and you're going to connect and you're going to give and contribute. So those are common themes. I know I've said that on more than one occasion already in just a short minute or two that I've been talking, but it's because it's that important. I find that when you show up to communities, whether it's online or virtual or in person, and you show up with a heart to give and connect and contribute once again, then the laws of reciprocation are always going to tip back in your favor. So let me go ahead. I want to share my screen and I'm going to take you inside of the Storage Wins Facebook group. And look, as of the time of this recording, in fact, let me just go there right now. As of the time of this recording, there's just under 21,000 members in there. That's not what's important, right? What's important, what you're able to get out of this group by showing up and giving, okay? So first thing you're gonna wanna do is, there's gonna be a link somewhere on this page or below this video where you can click. It's gonna take you to the Storage Wins Facebook group. There's only 3 questions. It'll take you literally 30 seconds to answer this. Make sure you put your email in here. There's a valuable resource that we'll send you. Make sure that you put your phone number in here and then just submit. My assistant will approve you, usually within 24 hours. And then once you come in here, I'm gonna kind of give you a lay of the land, but the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is create an intro post. All right, this is something that I don't know why people don't do, but whenever you join a group, let it be known that you're a part of the group. Okay, that in and of itself is going to separate you from everybody else. So create an intro post and essentially share who you are, where you're from, what led you to the Storage Wins Facebook group. If you already own storage, share that you already own storage. If you don't and you're looking for your first deal, share that you're looking for your first deal. As part of your buy box blueprint, I would encourage you to share that. Share your why, your goals. I always think it's a great idea to include a picture of you and your family if you're comfortable with that. Totally up to you. Maybe something that shows your personality. But people want to connect with people. We are human beings and we're meant to connect. Okay, that's why if you think about prisons, one of the highest forms of punishment is isolation. Humans are not meant to be isolated. So I want you to go in here, do an introductory post, share a little bit about yourself, your personality, what got you interested into storage, where you are at in the journey. I wouldn't make this a post about asking and looking for something in return. In fact, that's a mistake I find people make, is that they go in there and they just want to ask and extract and get. I want you to take the opposite approach. I want you to show up and give and contribute and connect. So we talked about sharing your why. Share how you can help others. This is extremely important. This is a form of giving. So you have a unique ability. You have certain strengths. You have a certain skill set. How can you show up and contribute to others? By sharing with them. Maybe you're really, really good at analyzing deals, or maybe you have an awesome network, or maybe you have access to capital, or you're a really good marketer, or you understand how to find deals, or you're a great negotiator and you're good at sales. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, share it. And I don't encourage you to share this from a place of like bragging, but hey, look, these are some of the things that I feel like I might be able to help and contribute, but do it in a non-pitchy, non-salesy way. Like, hey, if anybody needs help with this, happy to hop on a call, happy to help. However, so I think the more that people know about you and what you're good at and how you can show up and help others, it starts to open up some doors and some opportunities. So let me pause for a quick second. If you are serious about buying your very first storage facility, don't piece this together video by video. Inside the Cash Flow Maps membership, you're gonna get the entire acquisition system unlocked right now, plus the underwriting tools, the templates, the scripts, and the deal filters that we actually use. And you can't get these here on YouTube. You can actually create a free account to access and unlock the entire acquisition system along with all the valuable resources. Click the link in the description, get the full system, and then let's come back to this and keep building. Back to the video. Once you come in here and you do your introductory post, there's a couple featured posts like Mario, one of our storage winners, when I took over this group and rebranded it. I mean, so check out some of the featured posts. This is something that I think is extremely valuable. In fact, we have a dedicated AMP session just to this. It's essentially your first 30 days. It's the ultimate daily action plan to buy your first storage facility. So I would encourage you to read through this. As with any post, like and comment, all right? One of the problems I see with Facebook groups is that people use it as a place to spam and promote and not give and contribute. I want you to go in here. When somebody like this one was posted 21 hours ago, he has a question. Go in here, like and comment. When somebody has a deal for sale, particularly if you know the person or if you like the deal, whatever, just like it and comment. This is a place, like you can see, this one was posted. Terry's actually a friend of mine, was posted not that long ago. 15 comments where people are in here sharing their emails and requesting information. So engage with people in the comments, like their post. If you see, like, I'll give you an example. This is a value post right here that I shared about where I recently interviewed Kate, one of our Storage Wins members, about her mindset going into storage and how she got her first deal and all that. Like and comment in there, all right? When people have questions, contribute, seek to be a connector. That's what this is all about. It's not about promotion and gain. It's about connection and contribution. And one of the things I like to think about is, think about the framework CEC. Connect, engage, contribute. Seek to build actual relationships with people. One of the things, if you've already been through the cash flow map system, hopefully you have, then you know that it's about building meaningful relationships. Don't think transactionally. So seek to connect people, take conversations offline when possible, when it makes sense. Be thoughtful whenever you have a question or a post. Be very specific and to the point. Don't just ramble and ramble. Like, make it easy for people to consume and digest your post. If you have a question, I would encourage you to start with a question. Then you can provide some background and some context. But try to avoid marathon posts because time is valuable and people oftentimes are not going to sit there and read a full-on long post unless it's just really, really content rich. And if you're going to post something, make it rich, make it something that can actually help people. That's how you start to stand out from others in the group. That's how you start to get well known. That's how doors and opportunities start to open for you. So post insights, anything that you feel has helped you. It could be a resource. It could be something that you learned. It could be a mistake you made or a lesson that you learned. That is extremely valuable. I find that when you lead with your heart, with transparency and vulnerability, and you share not just the wins, but you share the L's. I don't call them losses, I call them lessons learned. People are drawn to you. Why? Because you're more relatable. Like, let's be honest, like we all make mistakes. I make mistakes. I don't have everything figured out. And that's why on the Storage Wins podcast, I openly share not just the wins, but the challenges, the things that I've learned along the way. So I think it's extremely important that you put yourself out there and you do that. And we also, by the way, we want to encourage and celebrate your wins. So share that. If you made your first conversation to a storage owner, post that. If you submitted your first letter of intent, or you closed on your first deal, or you finished a particular video or module in the cash flow map system, or maybe even you joined the Storage Wins community and you got accepted, you got an invite, share that, okay? Don't just be the person who scrolls and scrolls and scrolls, but I want you to comment and contribute, okay? Now, a couple of just best practices, things I've learned along the way. Before you post, ask yourself, will this help somebody? Will this help the community? Here's how I define value. Can somebody do something with the information I'm sharing in the post? That is how I define value. Tag people. Like if you see somebody ask a question and you know somebody that has a certain level of expertise in that area or can potentially help, bring them into the conversation by tagging them. Use hashtag the word storage wins. Hashtag, I like to, whenever I'm going to ask something, in fact, inside of our private Storage Wins community for our members, whenever they have a question, they always start with hashtag ask in all caps. Whenever they're going to give something, it's hashtag give in all caps. And whenever they're going to share a win, it's hashtag win. So keep your post focused, avoid spam. We will not accept any type of spam or promotion or anything like that. Show up to give, help others. And if you come from that heart place, then it's incredible what starts to happen for you. Okay, so look, with that said, here's my challenge for you. Like right after you finish this video, head over to the group right now. If you're not a part of it, answer those 3 questions. By the way, it's to your benefit to include the right information because we got some pretty cool things lined up for you after you join. So make sure that you answer those questions, join, do your introductory post, share your why, share your goals, your buy box blueprint, share how you can help others. And remember this, a really, really strong community is built on generosity. And that is how communities grow. When you show up and you engage and you ask questions, you share your journey, you're not just learning storage, you're becoming part of a bigger movement. All right. You're becoming now part of this Storage Wins Facebook group ecosystem, and you really start to help people. So with that being said, that is how you can get the most out of this. I would encourage you to go in here. You can scroll and there's a lot of really, really good posts. One of the things you might be able to even do is if you use the magnifying glass, you can search by my name, and that'll bring up a lot of the posts that I've done. Or when people have tagged me, you see people, welcome to the Storage Wins. So you can come in here, like, comment, just engage. You see like others have done the same thing and come in here. And there's just a lot of really, really valuable information. Like here's a perfect example, somebody who wanted to introduce themselves. So go ahead and get in there, engage, connect. And that's how you are going to get the most out of this community. So with that being said, let me know if we can help or support you in any way. If I can contribute and help you on your journey, go in there, tag me, and we're happy to support you. Communities like the Storage Wins Facebook group only work if you show up and participate. Not just scrolling, not just consuming content, but actually connecting, contributing, collaborating, and building meaningful relationships. Because when you approach communities with the mindset of giving first, something powerful starts to happen. People start to remember you, opportunities show up, and the laws of reciprocation are always going to tip back in your favor. Doors begin opening that simply wouldn't have existed if you were just trying to take on this business on your own, trying to figure everything out, being the Lone Ranger. So your next step is simple. If you haven't already, click the link in the description below and join the Storage Wins Facebook group. Once you're inside, create your intro post, share your buy box blueprint, and just start engaging and connecting with people inside the community, because the right connection inside the right community could be the very thing that leads you to your first or your next storage deal. And if you haven't already, make sure that you create your free account to access the entire Cashflow Maps acquisition system, which includes all of the videos and training and the modules neatly organized, including the tools, the resources, the frameworks that I use in my storage business that our Storage Wins community members use that are not available here on YouTube. So click the link in the description below and I'll connect with you on the next one.